He built a bomb shelter at home and lived in it with his wife. They had just hidden inside when a huge explosion occurred outside the house. To avoid nuclear radiation, the man quickly sealed the iron door of the bomb shelter and set a countdown switch. They could only go out after 35 years when all nuclear radiation had dissipated, but they didn't know the explosion outside was caused by a plane crash. During the long wait, the couple had their first child. They named him David. Fortunately, the bomb shelter had enough supplies, so they never worried about food. The father taught David to read from childhood and various fighting skills. The mother taught him etiquette and essential skills for social occasions. Soon it was David's 35th birthday. They had almost forgotten the countdown. That night a loud noise woke them up. They approached and saw the iron door had opened automatically, indicating the danger outside had passed. The family could finally return to the surface. The father offered to check the situation outside first. The once bustling residential area was now in ruins. He nervously looked around and found people outside acted very strangely. Frightened, he ran back to the bomb shelter and described what he saw outside. The father believed the nuclear radiation hadn't ended and they should set another countdown. But by then his wife was unhappy. She didn't want to stay in the basement forever, nor did she want her son to be trapped here for a lifetime. During the argument, the father had a heart attack. The mother hurriedly gave money to David, asking him to go out alone to buy supplies. David took the elevator slowly up to the surface. When he pushed open the door, he was stunned. It was the first time he had breathed outside air, but he didn't forget his mission. He then took a bus to the supermarket to buy supplies. 35 years later, prices had increased tenfold. The money his mother gave couldn't buy anything. David had to go home first to find a way. Since it was his first time out, he couldn't find his way home until passing by a collectible store. He tried to exchange the baseball cards his father gave him for money, but the boss deliberately lowballed him to cheat. Just then the clerk came out. She unhesitatingly exposed the boss's lies and got fired for it. David fell in love at first sight with the kind girl. He asked her to help him sell the baseball cards. Of course, he would pay her a salary. The girl agreed decisively. During the long period of getting along, the girl also developed feelings for him, so David took her to meet his parents. To help his parents adapt to life above ground better, David sold some stocks and bought a large piece of land in the suburbs. Finally, the whole family lived happily together.
I have a strange superpower. Whenever I speak, leaves spurt out of my mouth. But the woman sitting next to me didn't see anything. I quickly covered my mouth, but leaves kept pouring out. Suddenly, I woke up. It was just a dream. However, when I looked at the tree in the yard, I was completely stunned. Where did this tree come from? Moreover, every time I speak, the leaves on the tree fall off. I didn't understand what was happening, so I went to see a master. At a glance, the master saw that my life was bound to the tree. For every word I say, one leaf falls off. When all the leaves are gone, I will be close to death. I doubted this, so I wrapped a section to the tree.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, ribs.
A lot of leaves fell off. I was shocked. To break our bond, I raised an axe and chopped at the tree. As a result, I was bounced away on the spot, and the same wound appeared on my waist. Now I fully believed what the master said. To avoid speaking, I tried to communicate by writing, but the leaves still fell. I was really angry, so I made a friendly gesture. As a result, more leaves fell. My smile disappeared instantly. Days without being able to speak are terrible. I wanted to buy a cup of coffee, but I could only gesture with my hand. In the end, I received 6 cups of coffee. While I was waiting for the traffic light, a blind man came over. He asked me if it was a green light. I could only hum softly. The blind man immediately strode forward. To save the blind man, I hurried forward to stop him. As a result, not only did a chain accident happen, but all the coffee in my hand was gone. I decided to see a psychologist. Because I couldn't speak, I couldn't express my pain. I could only sit awkwardly with him, then smile at each other. The bad luck didn't stop there. When I was meeting with a client, the gardener was watering the tree just in time. Sweaty drops rolled down my face. The client was very scared and ran away quickly. The boss was very angry, but he still gave me a chance. We went to meet the client together, and this time, the gardener started spraying insecticide on the tree again. I felt dizzy, and my body began to lose control. Then I stuck a biscuit into the boss's nostril. Just like that, I was fired. I suspected I had done too many bad things, so I tried to make up for it by doing good deeds, such as giving bread to the poor and donating my Rolex watch to the nuns. But everything remained the same. My wife also left home with the children because of my silence. So I found my wife and told her I really loved her. A few more leaves fell. Then I went to visit my mother. She has Alzheimer's disease and always mistakes me for my father. But this time I didn't refute. Instead, I kissed my mother's forehead. Finally, I came to my father's grave and said the words hidden in my heart. I have long forgiven you. Suddenly, thunder rumbled. As the last 3 leaves fell, I collapsed to the ground. But this wasn't the end. I was still alive because I realized my true heart. The big tree regained its vitality. What do you want to say to the people you love?